Good morning, Cisco. How are you? Good morning, guys. How are you this morning? Hope you're all having a great day. Looks like we finally got a little break in our summer here. Been well in the mid hundreds, not mid, but 105, 106 for a couple weeks here. Today's supposed to be somewhere in the 90s, so that's a nice little change. Good boy. Have any of you guys tried mirroring with your horse before? I heard it explained by Warwick Schiller as doing the same thing that they're doing to help gain their confidence. So like when you're walking around the pen, if they're having a nervousness or whatever, you just do the same, follow the same pattern that they're doing. And anyway, it's a way to gain confidence with your horse, or to get them connected with you and communicating with you. So I've been finding that I've played that with Cisco a little bit, and I've been finding that he will oftentimes mirror me as well. So that's what I was just doing a minute ago when I came over here. I thought, well, I'm going to try to do that little, almost a Spanish walk step out, where I kick my foot out, and then if he does the same thing, he'll put his foot on the pedestal. So I'm kind of trying to make that into my pedestal cue, or my step cue, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to do the Spanish walk. Maybe we should call it the Monty Python walk when we do it, because that'll be more funny. So anyway, I'm going to use that as my cue and see if I can get my horse to understand that when I do that, that's what he's supposed to do. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching my videos all along. I'm on about 113 videos now of working on this process. Oops, hey, you're gonna put that coffee right in my pants. And basically the whole idea was to have him learn how to step up on the mounting block, or not mounting block, but the pedestal here. And as a process of learning that that's what he was supposed to do, and that's how he's going to gain confidence, and we're going to learn communication skills, and we're going to learn to let me scratch the itchy spots. And who's talking down there? Is that Lalo? Oh no, Lalo's over there. Oh, maybe Apollo and Hollywood are coming around. Anyway, so the process of this was just for him to learn a trick, and learn he could get treats, and learn that he could have part of the conversation going where he got to initiate conversation. And so, before, when we would try to put the rope up and touch him, he would leave the arena. He would go out of the round pen and down to the other end of his living area, and all that stuff. So it was pretty big deal. And it takes a while, you know. It's taken, well, if it's 113 days, that's 3.5 months. And then just this week, he started letting me pet him with the rope. And that's been, in my mind, that's a huge progress for him. And he's getting much more confident about it. You want to go walk down to the other end and see if your buddies will come up? So anyway, I'm very pleased with that. And this week, I've got one more day with this tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to be gone to Laguna Seca for a couple of days. My little brother lives over there, and we're going to a vintage car race deal, so that'll be fun. So he'll get a little break from it, and then I'll be back on after the weekend, and we'll see where Cisco is with it and start it up again. And I've gone a couple of places where I was gone for a day or two, go visit my dad, and when I get back, Cisco is ready to go. Just got to make up for the cookies that we missed out on over the weekend. And anyway, so this is part of the fun for me of having a track system around here, so my other horses can come and visit if they want to. They haven't been coming over quite as much since Whiskers passed away. He was the main one that would come over here. Anyway, this is Apollo and Hollywood. And Hollywood is our girl horse who is thinks that she thinks she wants to make babies, and so she comes over and gets frisky, and she thinks Cisco might be able to help her out with that. And then I have Apollo, who thinks that he is her boyfriend, and so he tries to prevent any interaction with other horses. And Cisco thought that was kind of naughty that I used the rope to protect him from Apollo, so we'll see. That'll give him a minute to contemplate. I really don't want them to fight around when I'm over here. In between them. My cookie tactic when Cisco leaves, when I'm over here with the rope and the other horses, when Cisco leaves, I give the other horses cookies, and then he seems to be able to get his confidence to come right back over. Good boy. I think that Apollo would like to say that Hollywood has loose moral fibers right now. And I'd like to tell Hollywood that that's okay. Hollywood believes, I mean, not Hollywood, but Apollo believes what Apollo believes. Yeah, I know. One of the funny parts I find is that Apollo has very low standing in the herd as far as dominance goes. And when Hollywood came along and joined the herd, then Apollo immediately decided that she was going to be his girlfriend and he was going to protect her from all others. And even the more dominant horses he would chase off and tell them what he thought of them coming over and trying to make time with Miss Hollywood. And so anyway, Apollo works much higher than his rank when it comes to Hollywood, and he has, oh, you're standing in ants, that's what's going on over there. Anyway, so Hollywood inadvertently helps Apollo with his confidence level, and he tells the other horses what he thinks. And it's really funny because Lalo is higher in the rankings than Hollywood and Apollo, but Hollywood and Apollo are higher in the rankings than come over here, you're standing right in those ants, come on over here. Anyways, Samuel and Gambler are, oh, now that's where the ants are. Come on over this way. You're standing right in them. So anyway, Gambler and Samuel are lower than Hollywood and Apollo, but they're higher than Lalo. So Hollywood and Apollo will use Gambler and Samuel to move Lalo out of a place that they want to be, and then they will go eat there, and then, you know, they chase off Samuel and Gambler, and then they get their food that way. But anyway, all right guys, my coffee cup is empty almost. You guys can squeal at each other and stomp on the ants, and I'll come and get rid of that ant hole later. But it's time for me to go back in and upload the video and get the horses fed, and I got customers or students coming, and then I gotta do trimming today, and then I gotta get ready to head for my brother's house, so that'll be fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your adventure and have a great weekend, and I think this is the last video I'll post until next week, but I'll have tomorrow's when I get back. And usually I've been doing this a couple days ahead of time, and then I had a couple of technical difficulties where the microphone stopped working because I bent the mounting device, and then I forgot to turn it on one day, so I got 2 days behind on my videoing. So then I'm videoing in the morning and then uploading, but On my setup here, it takes about 2 hours for the video to upload. And so hopefully next week I'll get myself caught up a little bit. Get ahead at least one day on the video so I can upload the night before and then put it on the computer. Yeah, I know. Can I get your eye boogie? Okay, I'll quit on that note. All right, guys, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy your adventure. Thanks for watching my video. Remember to tell the ones you love that you love them. Thank you, Cisco.